Morning. Hand today's pocket nines. So, unlike all the other hands, this one, it's going to fold to me and I'm going to open raise the 3 big blinds. We're in the cutoff, open raise. Raise first in. Whoop. Oh, spit them up. So raise first in looks something like this. We have a loose player here, 41. Probably more of a loose passive. We can probably give him a green color. I mean, if he calls, he calls. I wouldn't mind playing against him because he's going to have a pretty wide range, and I expect to be able to pick up a pot from him post flop because he'll have to give up a lot. This villain, small blind, is a loose aggressive, playing 47.29. 3-bet is 9%, 5 out of. This here, 5 out of however many. 5 out of 53. So you can see that his 3-bets have kind of come once from mid position, once from the button, and then from the big blind, it's been 3 out of 16. So he's probably defending pretty widely and aggressively. Don't know don't know anything about the big blind, so I raise, and then villain to 3-bets, and you can see from his stats, 3-bet steal is 17%, 1 out of 6 times, attempt to steal 67%, fold to steal 0. He has not folded to a steal attempt at all, and because of that, we kind of had to adjust what our raising range was going to be. I think what we would have to do is kind of eliminate some of these weaker hands, possibly even like 2s, 3s, 4s, because we know he's going to come along. I would still leave in these suited hands because our expectation is that he's going to probably raise or call. He's unlikely to fold. I don't mind keeping the suited aces in there because we block then a lot of the hands that he could raise with. So more likely to be a call. I do think we get rid of the offsuits. We're trying to reduce the hands that we would have to fold so that if he does 3-bet, we can continue. And I think that's probably a decent continuance range as well. Now we can tighten it up. So when we do cutoff versus the blinds, I do have, if I get 3-bet, I am folding some of these hands, those suited connectors. I have 9s are about as low as I would go. Yeah, King Jack, and then for the suited aces, we're talking about these offsuit aces. I think I have Ace Jack to call. That's kind of like my calling range. Now I would 4-bet these and these. So 4-bet queens plus ace king, and then these two, ace 5, ace 4, and then I'm calling with these. So overall, I'm going to be calling with a pretty tight range. Now, what is this player doing it with? Well, it's kind of going to be tough to say. He chose to raise this, and we don't have a huge number of hands to try to figure out what he's doing this with. So his attempt to steal stats, fold to steal, fold steal to a 3-bet, fold blind to a steal. He has not called steal. So from the small blind, he has called 2 out of 2. From the big blind, he's called 3 out of 4, and then he's 3-bet 1 out of 4 times. And that came from the button open. So I think he's probably going to be something fairly wide. I don't know if he's going to have these suited aces or not. we can say something like that, just all, yeah, that's 16% of hands that he could have, and maybe he's tighter. It's just kind of tough to say. I would have assumed he would have, if he has ace-10 offsuit, he probably has these suited ones as well. Maybe possibly something like that. So big blind folds, and it's on me, and as I said, we kind of already worked it through. I think that's going to be my calling range. Now he does do a wide, so I think we should probably be 4-betting here wider. So instead of yeah, making that my 3-bet, I think we should be adding a few more hands, and nines might be one of those ranges. I called, so let's get this in here and go to the flop. So 5.88, we get 78 combos. Their pre-flop range is this. 176 combos. Flop comes down, jack of clubs, 4 spades, 3 of diamonds. And we have a pair, so we're going to be slightly ahead of his range. He checked. The question is, what is he going to check? Well, I think this player, like, playing the stats that he is probably aware of hands that I'm going to be playing, and that this jack is going to hit my range. I expect him to really bet with a set and overpair because of how aggressive he is. You can see his c-bet stats are pretty high. So I think he's going to be betting with like top pair plus, possibly even this pocket pair less than the top card, which means to me, I think he's probably just got no made hand, and we can X out, the gut shots and just say it's at no made hand, which means our hand's going to be good. Now the question is, if I bet, what hands is he going to be folding? What hands is he going to call? And that's kind of hard to say because he checked. He chose not to c-bet. So c-bet out of position 75. And this was a 3-bet pot, so he is always c-bet. And then he's led 67. I think he's aggressive. I think he's just has no made hand. He's this board, this jack is going to hit my range. It's going to hit a big part of my range, and you can see it. I mean, I've got ace jack, king jack, queen jack, ace jack, offsuit jacks. I'm going to hit it, or I have a pocket pair. So I think he's looking at pretty weak hand and thinking, what should we do? I don't think we should bet. I think we should check behind a set. I think we could probably check behind top pair and take a risk that the board improves him. I mean, if I have the jacks, we're looking at ace jack, king jack, queen jack. I really just have to dodge 2 cards, the 2 overcards that I wouldn't have in my hand. What about 10s and 9s? I think this is. I think we add a 3rd card now if we don't have that jack. So now it could be any queen, king, or ace could improve. And I think, if we bet now, it's going to be hard. It's possible with this loose aggressive player that if we bet, he might call with some of these overcards, or make a play at us, check raise us and say, hey, I don't believe you have a pair. I'm going to check raise you because I have overs, and that kind of is going to force us to fold. So I kind of think our better play is to check basically our 100% of our range here. And that's what I did. So I'm going to say 100% of my flop range. I have 69 combos. Now, by him checking, I don't think he's checking 100% of his range. So we've narrowed his hand down, and now we see a turn of 4 clubs. And I don't think that changes anything at all. So 4 of clubs, my range is equity 70.6, his is 29.4. And now I'm thinking by checking, this was a pretty dry board. If he bets, I think he's just betting because of aggression, because that's what he does. He's going to assume that had I caught a piece of the flop that I would have been betting, and I'm saying that's I don't think we would have. But against, I think, general players, I think a lot of players in my position would have been betting if I caught any piece of the board. So he bet 8 big blinds, and the question is, what is he going to do that with? I think he's going to probably do that with 100% of his range. He's going to take a stab at it, and now it's on us. What do I do? Should we call? Should we raise? I think based on his aggression, it's probably better just to call. And let's set up our what we're going to be calling with. So our flush draw, we're going to be calling. I think we're calling basically mostly value. So our nines are going to be the lowest pocket pair. I don't think it benefits us to call overcards. I think with overcards we can just ditch it. I mean, we have ace queen, king queen. I mean, we figure to have him beat, but if he has ace king, he's got us out kicked. And I'm not seeing a way to really take advantage of it unless we have the ace of clubs. So if we have the ace of clubs, let's open this. Then I think we can make a better play. Suits. Like, I can't. There it is, suit selection. Okay, suit selection. We want the ace of clubs. Okay, so I think if we have the ace of clubs, we're going to be playing this. Let's figure out how to do this. So we're not going to have those. Whoa. Okay. Oh, yes, I got it. Yeah, because the jack, ace of clubs, jack, we'd have a pair. So what we want to do is this. We're going to apply the suits, and we're going to apply it to that. Hopefully that should have changed it. There it is, 3. That works. All right, so reduce that down. So I think we're going to be calling with the ace, and the reason being is that we have, if a club comes, we can probably use that ace of clubs as a bluff hand, and if we have a queen and an ace to kind of go if we catch one of those. So I think that's kind of my calling range here, 65%. I think we get rid of a lot of the other hands that we have, and that's what I did. So I think he's betting 100% of his range. That means he's got 84 combos. But we are calling here 65% of the time. So we have 39 combos. And now the 10 of hearts comes. That's actually a card that I didn't want to really see. I wanted to see a low card because I don't think that's going to change anything, or a club so that I could attempt it, a steal or a bluff. in this case. So at this point, Villain's gonna bet, and he bets 17. So he actually sized down a bet half, and that could be aggression. That could be a little bit nervous about the hand that came out. That maybe he has some value, but he doesn't want to check and be faced with a big bet. So what do I think he's going to be betting here? Could be ace high, could be middle pair that he's betting here. I think those are probably the hands that he's going to have. So the middle pairs would be these tens that have connected, or just the ace highs. I'm not sure if he's going to bet 100% again with nothing, because I already called. But I think he might be trying to get a 3 to fold, or a smaller pocket pair to fold. And it's on me, and the question is, what do I call? Well, I think at the full house, if I have a full house, I think we're going to be raising here. We're going to raise. We're going to see maybe if he gets suspicious that we don't have anything. I think top pair, we could probably raise that as well. I think we could raise full house and top pair. And that means we could probably just call with middle pair. I think we can call with a weak pair to kind of get, because he is such a loose aggressive player. I don't know if we call with ace high or not. I don't think I would. I don't think I would call as a bluff. I think we have these pairs in our hand, 7 combos to call with versus 4 of those aces. I think these are good bluff catchers. And what do? I did call, and he shows ace 10. So was that in his range? Yeah, I had it in his range. And I think it just kind of goes with his general play. He assumes that if we would have caught something, we would have bet on the flop. Or I'm sorry, we would have bet on the flop. We didn't, and just kind of fell into his hands to bet. And I think the river just kind of was unfortunate. I'm not sure if we change anything with the hand. Yeah, we could have folded and saved some money, but I think against a loose aggressive player, we're going to have to call, because I think he's going to have ace king, ace queen, possibly those types of hands, maybe busted club draws, that he's going to try to get us to fold, because a lot of people end up folding. Maybe his bet sizing was telling. So we could say this turn. Actually, we'll say flop. Missed c-bet out of position on dry board. Bet turn. I guess 3/4 pot. When checked through. Bet half pot when made a pair, something like that. And just remember, what are his bet sizing tells? Is he gonna size down when he makes a pair? If he's bluffing, is he gonna be betting larger? So this is a start. Can't really say I did much wrong. I think we were just playing the player. If this was up against this guy, let's say villain 1, or actually this guy, let's put him out of position. And he bets the turn and then bets it the river again, I think we're behind. I think we're gonna have to fold. But against a loose player like this, no, we can't call. Same thing with it. This is a passive player. If he bets the turn and the river, he's got something. We're gonna have to ditch our nines. All right. Hopefully you enjoy this. If you did, look tomorrow for another.